Smart money, bro. Smart money, brother. Today we got that yes, you can get rich from a 9 to 5, and here's how. I'm gonna go ahead and give my little input, and I want to see what big bro gotta say. But main thing I like about the 9 to 5 is it teaches you punctuality, to show up on time, be consistent in what you do is the main thing. That's something that I've had to work on too, and also like taking advantage of that 401k match or a Roth IRA, which is tax free once you retire. But let's see what big bro got to say. I don't really want to emphasize too much because in that case I should have just made the video. But let's go.
Have to automatically invest enough money over time. So stop it with the 2%, the 3%, the 4% of your paychecks, guys. That's not enough. You got to commit to 10%, right? If you want to invest 3% of your salary, cool. You're going to become a millionaire in about 60 years. Your choice. Guys, most people think that the only way to become a millionaire is by starting a business. But listen, that's just not true. Look, I got there by working a regular 9 to 5 job. Believe it or not. See, you don't need a business. You don't need to be an entrepreneur. You don't need to invest in a bunch of crypto and altcoins and something that is super duper risky, right? And you definitely don't need some type of viral product or viral video. And here's the straight truth that a lot of people won't share with you. What you need is simply a system. What you really need is a strategy, a few key moves. That's all you need. And most people, they don't have the patience to do that because that's not really that sexy, right? It's not really exciting.
Everybody wants instant gratification and quick growth, and they don't want to, wait long term. But the turtle beat the rabbit in the race. Consistency beats intensity. It's not about the amount of time you do something, it's about the amount of times you do it. And over time, compounding. You know what I'm saying? But I'll sound like Dr. Seuss right now.
But here's what I learned about working a regular 9 to 5 job. Most people don't fail when it comes to money because they don't make enough money. Most people fail when it comes to money because they simply don't manage the money they make with intention. See, the average American, they're going to make over $1 million in their lifetime. But most people will never actually see $1 million because they let it slip through their fingers. The moment they get it, they're going to buy something. Now listen, let me say this off the top. I know for a fact that everything is more expensive right now. Look, I know for a fact that inflation has been higher in the last few years.
Inflation is an excuse though, because what have you been doing for the past 2 or 3 years back during COVID and everything? Like, that's when people should have taken advantage of social media because people were inside and forced to be on their phones a lot longer, which is really when a lot of content creators really started hitting the ground. So a lot of people that you see who are big now, they took advantage of that during that time and before that time for sure. I've been playing around with content creation for a very long time, but inflation is an excuse. And also, if you're going to say inflation is the reason that you aren't able to save or invest any money, I feel like you need to be doing something in order to get out of that situation that you're in. You can still save something. I don't care how much you make or how many bills you have. You can save $1. Just saying, it might not be as impactful, but you have to start from somewhere. That's what most people fail at. They want to start big, but you can't.
Than it's been previously. I know that wages haven't quite kept up with the cost of stuff. Look, I know all that, but here's the deal. Some people are actually out here winning. And if some people are actually out here winning, why can't that be you? Right? Why can't you win? Why can't you play this game and be victorious instead of being the victim and claiming victimhood, right? I'm just asking the question. If they can win, why can't you win? If they can do it, why can't you do it? What's the difference? They're human, you're human. There's no difference. So if there's some people out here winning, why can't you be that person? That means the system can be conquered. Right? The game can be played successfully. So why don't we focus our efforts and our energy and our mind on conquering the game so we can be one of the people 10, 15 years from now that are winning. So let me share with you exactly how a regular person working a normal job can still build millionaire status starting from nothing. It's possible. I'm telling you, there's people doing it. First, you have to think differently when it comes to money. See, most people treat money emotionally, not necessarily strategically.
Emotionally, you're not treating money as a tool. Money is a way to, buy your freedom back. If you want to be, financially stable, you want to be free, you have to manage your money. You have people who are PAWs and UAWs, under accumulators of wealth, and I forgot, I think the other one's like prodigious accumulators of wealth or whatever. These are people who make a lot of money but they don't invest. Most people who are millionaires nowadays, they don't really invest as much as they're supposed to because they're trying to keep up with lifestyle inflation and things of that nature. But you have to structure things, you have to budget. Like, I don't know. Let me just keep it going.
They make financial decisions based on how they feel today, not where they want to be in 10 years from now or 20 years from now, right? A regular person becomes wealthy. This is when a regular person becomes wealthy. A regular person becomes wealthy when they understand one simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
Money is not for flexing. Money is for multiplying. You got to flip money, right? See, poor people or people that have a poor mentality, they buy things to look rich and to feel rich or to feel like they have something. But people who actually have money, people that are building wealth, on the way to build wealth, or already wealthy, they buy assets to actually become rich someday, right? The mindset shift happens before the money shift happens. Really important point. Now, the second thing to keep in mind that helps a regular person become a millionaire working a regular 9 to 5 job is simply this. You have to set up everyday automatic investing into assets. Make it automatic, right? And this is the part that a lot of people don't talk.
I do apologize that I was looking at my phone. I was texting my manager about something important. That's why I have it close to me. But we're going to go and get it out the way so we can finish the video. Just want y'all to know I am fully engaged.
About, but this is where regular people can win. You use the job that you go to every single day, right? You use that job to quietly, simply accumulate assets without having to go through the exercise of actually overthinking them and pontificating about what am I going to invest in? How much should I invest? You just do it automatically. Set it and forget it. Go back and look at it every now and then so you know what you're invested in, but don't trip on always trying to make the right moves with your investing. Just set it automatically and let it work.
So when you get emotional, you start making rash decisions, right? So let's just say you have a substantial amount of money put into stocks and you're always watching. You're always watching when the market go down. You're trying to sell this, buy that, instead of knowing that actually you're going to get at least an 8 to 10% return every year, and just don't look at it and keep the money going into it. That's what he's trying to say. A lot of people just want quick wealth. Like, I've seen people who like lose a lot of money day trading and also make a lot of money day trading, but I don't know, just long term, that feels like gambling to me. So I just want to build quiet wealth, because once I get older, I'm gonna be like, damn, like I really don't even feel like I did much, but now I have this amount of money put here, and now I can do whatever I want to. I really don't have to work a 9 to 5 anymore. You know what I mean?
Compound interest due to heavy lifting, and you go live life. That means setting up automatic investing before lifestyle creeps in on you. This is the 401k, automatic contributions, the 403b, the TSP contributions if you work for the federal government. This is the Roth IRA draft that comes out of your checking account every 2 weeks or once a month. Right? This is the S&P 500 or total stock market index fund that you're automatically investing in for the next 20 years. If your investing is not automated, it's not going to be consistent. It's going to be very difficult to be consistent. It'll feel more like a chore as opposed to something that's just like clockwork happening in the background. And if it's not consistent, it's not going to grow. Now, while I'm on this second way a person can become a millionaire, let me just say this. You have to automatically invest enough money over time. So stop it with the 2%, the 3%, the 4% of your paychecks, guys. That's not enough. You got to commit to 10%, commit to 15%, commit to 25% for the.
But see, most people can't commit that much because their overhead is so high. Like you said, lifestyle creep. You are living above your means instead of being frugal. Being frugal is how most people get wealthy, and that's also how they keep their wealth, because you can, build wealth but not keep it just because, you feel like you're comfortable and you have this cushion, and then you just start blowing money on bullshit. Like, that's one thing I don't do, is blow money on bullshit. Like, I'll buy me something here and there for my hard work and dedication, but it's not going to be enough to knock me off of the path that I'm trying to be on. You know what I mean? Like you still gotta have that structure, you still gotta have that discipline, but you also don't want to be too what's the word I'm looking for? Too much like in a bubble, you know what I mean? Because if you restrict yourself too much, then you don't want to if you restrict yourself too much, then you don't want to crash out basically. You feel like you're in a straitjacket type deal.
Next 10 to 15 years. Just try it at your job, right? Instead of just putting in 3 or 4 or 5%, go all out for like 2 weeks and see if you can put 20% and just see what happens. See if you can maintain for a couple of paychecks, right? If you want to invest 3% of your salary, cool. You're going to become a millionaire in about 60 years. But if you want to quicken that and invest 25% of your salary, you can become a millionaire in 15 or 20 years, maybe less. Your choice. Guys, if you're serious about getting your money right, go grab my new book, Manage Your Way to Millions. It's not about getting rich overnight. It's about building wealth with purpose, all right? You can find it over on Amazon or just hit the link in the description box.
Hold on. Let me write that down. What? Got a book? That look like I'm gonna teach you how to be a millionaire. It's like the same kind of cover basically. He's a smart man. Wait, did he write that book? Man, I'm gonna have to go grab that book because it looks just like it.
Below. It'll walk you through the same mindset and systems that helped me turn my financial life around. Don't just talk about freedom, learn how to build it. Now, let's get back to the video. Now, the third thing that a regular person has to do to become a millionaire while working a 9 to 5 job is simply take control of your money. I said take control, not wish, not hope, but just take control. You have to take control, right? Meaning get organized. Start telling your money what to do and stop letting your money tell you what to do. You have
Ooh.
to feel a sense of control, be the boss over your money, right? And I'm going to tell you something most people hate to hear. What you keep matters more than what you make. How do we know? Because we've all seen people making 100, 200, $300,000 a year that are drowning financially, up to their eyeballs in debt, right? And we've seen people making 60, $70,000 a year who have 6-figure nest eggs with no problem or more. Because income is not the main factor to building wealth. It's discipline. Whenever you get a raise or an extra income comes through somewhere, only allow a tiny little percentage, 5 or 10% of that to go towards your life.
Okay, so in my book I'm reading of The Millionaire Next Door, we have two different physicians, two doctors. One of them is Dr. South, the other one is Dr. North. You can just imagine which one makes a lot of money and he doesn't have any type of structure, doesn't take time to plan his finances out. Him and his wife have different credit cards with like expensive brands like Neiman Marcus and uh Saks Fifth, all that kind of good stuff. And then you got one doctor who makes about the same as him and whose net worth is 4 times as much as his, but he doesn't have any type of lifestyle creep. So Dr. South is of course the one who doesn't have any structure. You don't want to be Dr. South. You want to be Dr. North. I will get more into the book towards the end of this video, or I actually might just do a book review on it. But as he said, just live frugal, man. You have to.
Style. The rest of it go towards investing. If you don't apply limits to yourself, guys, your lifestyle is going to eat your wealth up, right? Your wants, your desires, your ego, because you'll be thinking, and here's what a lot of people think that make a lot of money. They think, well, I work hard, so I deserve to go get XYZ. I work hard, so I deserve to go get whatever. That ego, in that way of thinking, is going to destroy your ability.
Also, too, like that starts with the household. Like most people whose parents are under accumulators of wealth, or ones who think like he said, they're like I work hard and I need to spend my money because I can't take it with me. Those parents, broken households, they spread that to their children, and they're more than likely to be under accumulators of wealth as well. But a lot of it is our fault in a sense because we're all human and we have our own ways of thinking, and we can be different from what our parents teach us. But it's just so hard when you grow up around that, and that's what you learn is right. Your brain is just automatically inclined to think that spending money is therapeutic. You're supposed to do this, like you're supposed to live life and have these expensive lavish things, but that's not the way it's supposed to be.
To build future wealth. Lifestyle creep is a silent destroyer of American wealth and the journey of building wealth. And here's one more simple rule that I like to follow: give yourself at least a 5-day delay before any big purchases. Now, some of you may say, make it a 10-day or 30-day. You do what's best for you, but just wait. That one discipline alone may save you thousands of dollars every single year that you could then turn around and invest towards growing your money. Now, finally, the fourth thing that a regular person can do working a 9 to 5, you have to do this. You have to get to a place where your money is making more money. That's when you've shifted from just working for money to having money work for you. Now, how do you do that? For some people, it's just compound interest in their investments, right? Because they've invested enough. Because the more you invest, the bigger the compound. But listen, it could be real estate for some people, one rental at a time. It could be index funds, compounding, and different accounts. There's a lot of different ways to get there, but you have to make money make money. You have to allow money to build on itself, because money's going to lose value due to inflation. And if money's losing value due to inflation, you have to figure a way to flip that money and put it into assets that are going up in value, instead of leaving it in money that's being eaten up by inflation. You got to understand that point, right? Historically, the stock market itself has averaged around 9% a year, long term. That means $1 saved becomes more than $1 later. So your job isn't the enemy of you. Your job, where they're handing you these dollars for your time, your job could be your launch pad.
Also, you have to control the controllables. You can't keep using the government as your freaking excuse. We can't change it, bruh. It is what it is. The only thing you can change is your own situation, man. The government is going to be the government. We're going to pay taxes no matter what. You probably can't change that you're paying taxes. You can change the amount that you pay. You can change the amount of money you're saving in the high yield savings account, or how much you're investing into the stock market. That's what you can change. You can't change um your lifestyle, because know it or not, and I learned this in The Millionaire Next Door. The people who make a lot of money and then they spend a lot of money, they pay more in taxes, which is who the government actually targets, because they're bad at targeting people who have a lot of wealth, because these people who have wealth has their money tied into assets and not materialistic things. Come on.
Your job is how you fund your wealth. That's how a regular person can use a 9 to 5 to become a millionaire. It's possible. I know it because I did it. Listen, it's best to have multiple streams of income. Nothing wrong with that. But you don't need 10 or 20. But more than just your job is good. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to make your job the focal point for helping you become a millionaire, you can. I'm telling you, it can be done. Look, I hope I was able to share something with you that can help you, motivate you. These are the ways that a regular person working a regular job, 9 to 5, can actually get it done. It may take you 10, 15, 20 years to get there if you do the things I've talked about in this video. But guess what? 10 or 15 years down the road is coming. Are you going to be ready? That's the question. Are you going to be still stuck talking about what you can't do and who's holding you back and playing a different game than the people who are
Excuses.
winning with money? That's your choice. Look, guys, everything I've just talked about is from my personal system called the 4 Steps to Maximize Your Money. And inside my full course, I break down each of these steps on a much deeper level, with templates, with handouts, with a full comprehensive workbook, examples, real numbers, and the exact plan, so you can actually apply this to your household, to your life, to your personal finances. Look, if you want to stop drifting with your money and finally get intentional, go to smartmoneybro.com and get inside the full system. This is how regular people on regular salaries become millionaires. Now, if you got value out of this quick video, do me a favor, smash that like button below, and most of all,
Don't hit that like button for you, brother. You always giving me some game. You making me want to go pay my credit card off right now. Right now. I actually might just do that. But great video. I mean, you can get rich from your 9 to 5. It's how you view it, how your system's set up. Automate everything. Be consistent. Invest a little bit more, spend a little bit less, a little below your means. Stop trying to keep up with social media and society. Forget it. I'm out.